So you think the multi-tool is just for rough cuts and demolition? Well, think again. This could be one of the most powerful precision tools in your shop if you know how to use it right. Today, I'm going to show you 8 pro tips that will completely change the way you use your oscillating multi-tool. So whether you're a DIYer or a weekend warrior or even a pro, these tips will help you get cleaner cuts, better control, and more confidence with every project. So let's get to it. So tip number 1, always brace your hand for better control. Don't just float your hand in the air, brace it against your work surface for better control. So whether you're cutting trim or plunge cutting in the drywall, having a stable hand helps you guide the tool with precision. Watch the difference between freehanding a cut and using your hand just for a little brace for guidance against this wood. A huge difference. So tip number 2, always draw a guideline if possible first before you start your cut. Just like with a circular saw, you draw a line and you cut straight down that line. It should be no different using your multi-tool. If you would draw a line, the accuracy of your cuts would double because it gives your eye something to follow and it helps your cuts become straighter, and especially for longer cuts. So start drawing lines on what you're cutting and you're going to be surprised how much better and straighter your cuts become. Now tip number 3, use a guide block for straighter cuts. Easiest way I use is double back tape. Put a piece of double back tape on the back of a straight piece of wood that you've cut, and you can put that at any direction, stick the tape to there on the line, and then rest your blade on there and just start cutting, keeping your blade resting on the block. And you're going to be shocked at how straight your lines start to become. And then when you're done, pull the tape off and save it for the next one. Now tip number 4, rotate the blade by pushing in this quick blade release, and you can rotate the blade for better angles. I don't like a blade that's straight up. To me, it keeps you too far away from the wood and it's hard to get control of it unless you're using a block. So I like using the blade on the side. I find it more comfortable for your hand and your wrist, and you'd be surprised how much smoother your cuts feel. So just experiment with different angles on the blade. See what's more comfortable for you to use with your hand and your wrist, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Now tip number 5, use the right blade for the job. Blades aren't one size fits all. There are so many blades that you can buy, like where I order mine through Amazon, a whole lot cheaper than buying them at the big box store. One of these blades at the big box store or at your local hardware store may cost you close to $20 or $15. I can buy probably 20 or 30 blades for the same price, order them online. Now granted, they're cheaper blades, but I've noticed even though they're cheaper blades, they work almost as good as the more expensive blades. But they have blades for drywall, they have blades for taking grout out, they even have blades for scraping things off. So experiment with different blades. Use a fine tooth, use a coarse tooth, see what works best for you. I've noticed that the more aggressive blades are great for demo, but when using the finer tooth blades, it's no different than your jigsaw or your circular saw. They do a finer cut, it's better for finish work, it only makes sense. Tip number 6, if you can't find the right blade, make one. I was cutting some real narrow holes to put some strike plates in for some finish work, and the smallest blade I had for my oscillating saw was this. It was way too wide for what I needed, so I just took my grinder out and grinded one down, and this thing worked perfect. It's so small, it fits inside the smallest areas you want to. It's no longer for demo, it's doing some finish work, and you can cut smaller holes just like in this demonstration here. The big square, I can use a bigger blade, but when I have to do a smaller hole, you can see how the smaller blade works just perfect to cut it. Just take it slow, cut it, and it'll work perfect. If it breaks, not a big deal. Make another one. Now tip number 7, use the speed control On this model right here, it has a 1, 2, and 3, the speed control. Use that speed control for fine cuts if you have that. I put it on the number 1, the slow one, so it doesn't cause the blade to jump so bad. So if your multi-tool has a speed control dial or a switch, use it. Drop the speed down to setting 1 or 2 for finer cuts, for more delicate cuts. It'll help you avoid bounce and it'll make the cuts more accurate. Now tip number 8 has to do with the trigger. I like the triggers on this one because it can press on this side or press on this side, whichever one's easier for you on the way you're cutting. But when I'm cutting something, to try to hold that and control the speed, I set it to the speed I want it. Then I lock it in, and when I lock it in, I don't have to worry about controlling the trigger. I can use all my concentration on the cut to make a nice, straight, precision cut. Start using that. If you have a speed control, move the speed control down, set your trigger, lock it in, and watch how accurate your cuts become. So there you go. 8 powerful tips to help you master your oscillating multi-tool. Start out with 1 or 2 tips, use those, and then just keep graduating, adding more of the tips to there, and you're going to be surprised how much more you're going to want to use this because of the accuracy it's used. Especially, I do a lot of finish work, and I use this tool often because of the accuracy of it. So whether you're cutting trim, opening up drywall, or working on some fine detail, these tricks will help you cut like a pro. So if this video helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps support the channel a whole lot. And also hit that notification bell. And that way every time I upload a new video, they'll notify you and you can see, and that might be just the video you need for the project that you're working on. And check out the description below for the product links, or visit my Amazon storefront for all my favorite tools and gadgets that I use and personally recommend, either for your home, your office, your job site, or your workshop. And if you want to support the channel, hit that Buy Me a Coffee link. And don't forget to watch my other videos. I'll put a link for that down at the bottom. It might be the video you need for the project you're getting ready to work on. So thanks for watching. You take care, and as always, God bless.